Good afternoon and welcome to the 2023 Crystal Apple Awards. This past year, one of our summer reading selections was John Gordon's The Energy Bus. In this book, Gordon emphasizes the importance of positive energy when inspiring and leading others. This year, our students identified staff members at Shawnee whose positive energy has fueled them to enjoy high school and overcome obstacles. We received 42 nominations this year, and in time, every individual nominated will be recognized by the student who wrote their nomination. Today, we will highlight and honor 5 staff members. Following the themes and metaphors of the Energy Bus, our winners today were nominated by multiple students across grade levels and courses of instruction. In addition to the written nominations, students selected positive energy traits that their nominees displayed on a constant basis. In the upcoming student speeches, you will hear about the optimism, joy, enthusiasm, purpose, and love that our colleagues have exemplified in the classroom and throughout our school community. Among many emotions, our students are excited to share their speeches with you today. We ask that at the conclusion of each speech, the winning staff member join our students on stage. At the conclusion of the presentation, we will group our students and staff members that they nominated together for a photo before going to the atrium for cake. Our first presenters of the afternoon are Grace Gravenstine, Katelynn Elianor, and Hannah Short.
Good afternoon, teachers. This teacher makes any room brighter. She is such a hardworking woman, and she cares about every student in her classroom. I can say this teacher is like a mother figure to me. I feel the love that she gives off whenever I step foot into her classroom. She can always tell whenever I'm having a bad day, and I know I can talk to her about anything without feeling judged. She's very serious when it comes to class, but brings love and joy to every student in her classroom. She wants the best for all of her kids and enforces that, and we are all the best because of her. I couldn't have asked for a better math teacher.
Good afternoon, Shawnee faculty. My name is Grace Gravenstine, and I'm a student in Miss Wilson's Honors Algebra 2 course. This may be the hardest class I've ever taken, but Miss Wilson truly makes it worth it. In the beginning of the school year, I was intimidated by both Miss Wilson and the subject matter. I questioned whether I could be successful in this class while also managing my other classes in sports. I began the steps to a level change, but when I approached Miss Wilson about it, she really took her time to talk me through it and seriously discuss the decision I was making. She noticed how well I did on the first test and saw potential in me that I didn't quite see in myself, as I never really thought I was a math person. She believed in me and wanted me to believe in myself, and with her encouragement, I decided I would continue in the class. I believe that great teachers help their students dig deeper into themselves to find their potential, and Miss Wilson has definitely done that for me. I've had to work very hard to be successful in the class, but Miss Wilson stuck to her word and has helped me every step of the way. She's been helpful to me in her prep periods, study halls, and lunch and learns, and on test days, I will literally be in her classroom for every one of those. I would joke with her that she should just give me a key to the classroom or a personal drawer in her desk, since I actually spend so much time in there. Miss Wilson has taught me that it's okay to ask for help, and her willingness to help makes asking way more comfortable. She's truly genuine in her desire to help, and she really shows that my success is her success too. Aside from just extra help, she's very specific in who she puts in groups together and who she sits next to each other in class so that everyone has the same fair opportunity to succeed. When I found out I would be able to give this speech, I immediately was grateful that I would finally be able to give Miss Wilson compliments that she would accept. She typically shrugs it off when students give her credit for all she does. A couple examples of this would be when the class does well on a test, she's always like, "Oh, it was obviously too easy." And we're always just trying to give her recognition on, no, it's just how well that she teaches it to us and the amount of effort that she puts in on helping us. Additionally, when I'm trying to express my gratitude, when I'm emailing back and forth, I'm always like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for meeting with me." And she's just like, "Oh, no problem, like no big deal," as if it's not carrying my grade. I've been very fortunate to have had lots of amazing teachers over the past 2 years at Shawnee, but when the opportunity to nominate someone for joy, it was crystal clear that I had to nominate Mrs. Wilson for all the reasons I've just mentioned. Mrs. Wilson, congratulations on the recognition you're receiving today. You're truly deserving of it, and thank you on behalf of all your students.
So I'm more than honored to be giving this speech for Mrs. Wilson, especially because I've been hanging out with her all day and she had no idea. Most of you may know this, but a lot of you may not. My middle name is actually Joy. So to me, this award meant more than just being part of a category or a theme. It's who I am. Miss Wilson is the definition of joy. I had the honor of being her student last year, and she taught me joy in her classroom. Even when we were frustrated with the concepts or the studying, she always managed to make us laugh and comfort us. She always put time aside for after-school help for everyone, and she was always invested in who we are as students. It wasn't until my junior year that I was fully able to experience her joy. This year, her health has taken a toll on her more than I ever saw last year. Yet, emphasize on the yet, I still saw the same person she was last year. There's a fire in her eyes that lights to strive students to challenge and beyond what they think they are capable of. I am to this day proud of graduating her class because it truly kicked me into shape. Miss Wilson takes education to the next level, and not only does she teach us, but she inspires us to want to learn. On a personal level, I want to thank Miss Wilson directly. Thank you for letting me come into your classroom on the hard days. Thank you for helping me on my Shawnee TV projects when it was hard for you to face your past. Thank you for making me smile when your classroom was the last places I wanted to be. Thank you for pushing me to work hard. Thank you for comforting me when I was stressed. Thank you for being my friend. And lastly, thank you for showing me what true joy in a teacher looks like, and I've never been more honored to walk out of Shawnee at the same time as you.
Thank you, Grace, Hannah, and Katelynn. Our next presenters are Emme Weimer and Jessica Chernoff.
Hi everyone, my name is Emme Weimer. And my name is Jess Chernoff. We wanted to take a moment to recognize a staff member who has had a significant impact on our school community. This staff member consistently goes above and beyond for their students, dedicating countless hours during and after school to help us run our activities successfully. They are always ready to tell a joke, offer advice, or just listen when we need it. Their contagious optimism has had a tremendous impact on the Shawnee community, and their passion for what they do is truly inspiring. We have shared so many unforgettable memories with this staff member, from telling funny stories in the hallway to decorating their office. They have always been there to support us through both happy and difficult times, and have made our high school experience so much better. They are our go-to for help with many issues, both within school and out. They made our come a comfortable and safe place for many Shawnee students, even those who have graduated. Without the positive energy from them, the Shawnee Play and Musical wouldn't be as good as it is. They are truly encouraging and supporting us in all our endeavors. Therefore, we are pleased to present the Crystal Apple Award to Mr. Schoettler. Thank you for everything you do for us in the Shawnee community.
Thank you, Emme and Jess. Our next presenters are Trinity Vodovoz and Nate Flynn.
Hi everyone, I'm Nate Flynn. I've had Miss Howarth for 2 years now, and she has been just an amazing teacher. You can ask her anything about chemistry, and she will always have an answer to give. And because of that enthusiasm, I've come to love the subject and plan to major in biochemistry in college. She doesn't care if we check the box. She truly cares if we understand the material, and will do anything to help her students. There have been times that I've been confused about material that we have been studying, and she's taken time out of her lunch to help explain and assist me in any way possible. Ms. Howarth always puts her students first, even though I'm sure there are times that she'd much rather have a full lunch period or go home at 2:55. I'm so grateful to have had her for the last 2 years. Thank you so much, Ms. Howarth.
Hello, I'm Trinity Vodovoz. I was lucky enough to also have Ms. Howarth for 2 years, my sophomore and junior year. Ms. Howarth is very passionate about teaching and chemistry, but she is also passionate about the kids in her class and ensuring that everyone feels worthy and heard. Last year, there was a test I was really stressing over, and Ms. Howarth created such a comfortable environment where I was able to tell her I didn't feel ready, and since it was the day of the test, she could have told me I should have prepared, but instead she made sure I was okay and offered me extra help during lunch and also during her free period when I had study hall. I had study hall when she had bathroom duty last year, and she never turned me away when I would come with all of my questions. Overall, Ms. Howarth is truly passionate about what she teaches and the relationships she creates with her students. Thank you.
Thank you, Trinity and Nate. Our fourth presenters today are Nick Ryan and Ronnie Ramoga. Ronnie can't be here today, so Nick, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas Ryan, and I'm a senior here at Shawnee. As I wrap up my time here, I thought I would take a shot at the Crystal Apple Awards. Every year, I see my peers giving their teachers the recognition they deserve, and I wonder why I didn't do that. Educating the youth of Medford is no easy task, and I would just like to thank all of you for the work you do. This year, students got the chance to nominate our teachers for a certain trait, and when I opened the nomination form and was reading the list of traits, one really stood out to me, and that was purpose. When I think of a teacher with purpose, many in this building come to mind, but this year specifically, I had the privilege of being taught by someone who truly stood out. In my opinion, purpose is the most important aspect of a teacher. When people teach with purpose or feel within them a calling to educate and inspire others, I feel that is the most effective method of teaching. I was very lucky to not have one, but 2 classes with Mr. Maira this year. Constitutional law, where we get into the nitty-gritty of slippery slopes and what it means to be protected by the Bill of Rights, but also AP European history, where we delve into fascinating aspects of the past and how they have shaped the world we live in today. Now, I took those classes thinking I'll be learning about AP European history and constitutional law, but boy was I wrong. Every class with Mr. Maira brings not only the basic curriculum, but also modern events, jokes, music, elaborate projects, seminars, talking about his various side hustles. Did you know he makes Harry Potter broomsticks? I bet you didn't. But the most important to me is that we are free to ask any question, and he isn't afraid to go off topic. The best way that I learn is through asking questions, and many times I felt slightly uncomfortable when I'm on my 3rd question and the rest of the class is silent. But I never felt that way in Mr. Maira's classes. He creates an environment that is quite the opposite. In fact, almost everyone is participating. The class moves along as a group, and with less structure and freedom to take new routes, each class is memorable. My AP Euro class was truly one of a kind and probably my favorite class I've ever taken at Shawnee. A major part to the success of that class is the students within, but Mr. Maira promotes the class camaraderie and facilitates great conversations. We have tackled the challenges of capitalism and communism, and we have discussed the positives and negatives of industrialization. And when we get into heated discussions, Mr. Maira likes to say he keeps some gasoline in his back pocket for when the conversation gets stable. He fuels the fire to send us back into debate mode. He has made us class shirts, and hopefully we can start a garden out in the field. It is these fun and constructive discussions that have helped me narrow down what I want to do in the future, and he has solidified the fact that no matter what we do in life, history and knowledge of the world is important. Mr. Maira exemplifies what it means to have purpose as a teacher, and I am very grateful for what he has done for me and many of my fellow classmates. Thank you, Mr. Maira, and thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you, Nick. There's both stress and excitement when it comes to the Crystal Apple Awards for the students to keep their nominations a secret. Many of the nominations come in early February, and they keep it from the staff members, and they know how tough of an experience that is, as well as speaking in front of so many staff members that they enjoy having classes of, 7 of which they're going to go back to class to on Monday, having not given a Crystal Apple Award to. But they've done a great job with their speeches, and we have one more today who's very excited, returning Crystal Apple Award presenter, Macary George.
Where are you? Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start off by expressing my sincere gratitude to all of you for gathering here today to celebrate, commemorate, and congratulate these exceptional educators on their well-deserved accolades. The recipient of this award is a remarkable teacher who has had a profound impact not only on me, but on this entire class. We have all had the privilege of being Senora Toliver's very first AP Spanish class, and oh, what an indescribable experience it was. Lo siento, señora, yo hubiera escrito y hablado en español, pero la gente no entendería. So basically, that's just a nice way of saying I'll continue speaking in English for the rest of the time. But yeah. Upon reflection of this year's theme, I wholeheartedly believe that Senora Toliver embodies all of its ideals, but love is the one that resonates most with us. Your infectious enthusiasm and uplifting spirit has never failed to put a smile on my face, and I'm confident that the same applies to all of my classmates. Your positive energy fosters a sense of belonging, family, and fellowship, which I know is undoubtedly one of your primary goals as an educator. I mean, have we gotten too comfortable with each other in class? At times, yes, but I think it's best that we leave those instances out of the speech right now. From your infectious laughter to your unwavering passion, I have learned a great deal from you. Each one of us have unique stories to share about our teachers, and that is precisely why we are here today. To share our experiences with Senora Toliver, as we believe that a story is the most effective way to portray and demonstrate her true character. Personally, you have inspired me to lead a healthy lifestyle and cultivate a positive mindset in all aspects of life. Your unwavering optimism and perspective have helped me become a more well-rounded individual, striving to be the best version of myself I could ever possibly be. From an academic standpoint, you have encouraged me to continue on with language in college as I have developed a genuine love for this remarkable culture. I firmly believe that this would not have been possible without your extraordinary guidance as an educator. Being a teacher calls for the love and care of your students, and Ms. Toliver is a shining example of this. Although some of us may bicker in class, I won't point hands, I promised I wouldn't, you have formed unbreakable bonds, and you have nurtured a profound love for this exceptional family environment which you have all sought after during our time here at Shawnee High School. So, from the depths of my heart, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation. Gracias. Now, I'd like to call up some of my fellow classmates to share some of their favorite moments from the AP Spanish class.
I feel so comfortable talking to Ms. Toliver, and she makes sure to show that she cares for us in and out of the classroom.
The debriefs we have in class are unforgettable, and whenever I need to get something off my chest, I know she's the perfect person to go to.
I would not love Spanish class like I do without her keeping me engaged through exciting lessons like learning about the Tomatina, a festival where everyone throws tomatoes at each other, and playing a March Madness bracket with Spanish Christmas commercials. We love you, Miss Toliver.
Miss Toliver has had an incredible influence in my life. No matter the circumstance, she always has a piece of advice to put things into perspective and bring us down to earth.
It is from Miss Toliver I learned no matter what, you will always end up where you were supposed to be because it's your journey.
That being said, we could not be any more grateful that she ended up in Shawnee High School during our time as Spanish students.
During high school, I've never had a dull moment with Mrs. Toliver, and I feel like I can discuss anything with her, whether it's about my friends or the new episode of Game of Thrones.
Due to the nature of world language, a subject which requires much student participation to learn, Ms. Toliver has done an outstanding job with encouraging her students to do so, as well as rewarding them for the attempt, not the outcome. Due to this, I have been less self-conscious about the validity of my answer and therefore more active in discussions. Ms. Toliver often makes it hard not to want to participate, and in that mind, that is the most difficult thing to do as a high school teacher.
From staying up to date with her students on each of the challenges they may face while traversing high school, to teaching Spanish in a way that just makes sense, she has proven herself very much worthy of this award.
Ms. Toliver is constantly checking in on her students and making sure they are okay, but she also gives us the space to succeed on our own. I know when she's asking me how my day was, she genuinely means it, and she's not just trying to make small talk.
My favorite memory is just in the beginning of class when she asked everyone questions like how their sport is going or how college decisions are going. She always checks in with us, and it always shows she cares.
One class experience we got to have was an online meeting with a dancer from Brazil who taught us all about Carnival. It was a super unique way to learn that I will never forget. Mrs. Toliver is always able to expose the aspects of culture around the world to us in new and interactive ways. I am forever appreciative of that.
Ms. Toliver's love is truly felt throughout the classroom every day, and because of that, I'd like to invite her up to receive her award.
The plaque.
So we're gonna get a picture. Do you guys want to all hugs?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we hug after the picture?
Yeah.
Sure. Is someone? Okay. I don't see it. All right.
I already got pictures.
Oh,
What's going on?
you're a guest?
Oh.
Can we hug after? Yeah. Okay.
We'll hug after.
Okay.
All right. Please give one more round of applause for all our student presenters today. Special thanks to Mr. Musto, Mrs. Bytheway, Mr. Schoettler, Mr. Pistone, Mr. Hochenberger, all their student assistants, Mrs. Kirk, and Ms. Miller. Today's event is sponsored by our Shawnee Renaissance Club, and at this time, you're all invited to head to the atrium for a celebratory cake. Thank you, and have a great day.